Look at it, Sam. It is almost fully matured. It is even starting to bear fruit. Our diligence has almost paid off. But not yet. We must allow the fruit to ripen before we can savor it. Well, I've enjoyed doing this with you, Helen. I have too. Some people garden only to harvest the fruits of their labor, and that is fine. But to care for something, to pour my life into something, and see it gain a life of its own, that is why I garden. Ah, that's very noble of you. No, I am not noble. That is enough. You have done a good job. Tomorrow is a very important day. Our plant will be fully matured. You'll be joining me for the occasion, to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Now you may leave. And welcome back to Let's Play Look Outside. Last time, well, we finally met with Sybil. Face to face, I mean. Obviously, we've been talking to her throughout the whole game, and our Sybil and the astronomer Sybil are indeed the same person. Sybil didn't seem to realize it at first, but when showing her Jasper's telescope, it all came back to her. Sam, do not forget, tomorrow. Now, how exactly Sybil managed to maintain her human form after being turned into a pile of meat, well, that is just, that remains for us to find out. Perhaps it's related to the truth that she's been talking about, but that is not really anything we have any lead on at the moment, and our only way to get a lead on it, shall we say, requires betraying the trust that she's placed into us. She asked us to keep a promise to her, and we will definitely be doing that. Eventually. But there are several other things I would like to get to in this video, so we're going to be leaving that on the wayside and get into a bunch of cleanup as well as some other fun things. We are going to now begin the Rafta and Nestor side quest. I've been putting this off for a while so that we can take advantage of the full usage of, was it before you, Nestor? Okay, so we have to back off, and then I can give her the pen and the stationery to get the level of her. I've been putting this off for a while, again, just so that I can take advantage of Eugene's services, because unfortunately, the store is still bugged regarding the Nestor and Rafta side quest, though in a more interesting way now, as of the 2.01 update. Speaking of Eugene's shop, I do want to check that out real quick, so I'll just be running through various things that we can check out, as well as rotating around my party. We're going to be doing that quite a bit throughout this video, as we are going to be taking on several bonus bosses and disparate encounters. The only thing that I care to buy from Eugene at this point is the Super Slingshot, which honestly, given what we're going to do, I can probably just get this for free later, but whatever. Just to give Eugene a little bit more time in the sun, we may as well just give him that little bit of money, as things are about to get horrible for him. This will give Joel an option to deal additional damage independent of his biting. The Slingshot is frankly just better than his biting most of the time, so if we're getting marbles from Sophie anyway, may as well use it, right? While we're going around, I may as well clean up some other dialogue we can get into. I tried rearranging the living room a little, but it doesn't move the furniture on your side. It felt weird to have you walk through the table or sit in the air watching the wall for a TV that wasn't there, so I put it back the way it was. Have you given my author more thought? Is this why you're here? I do not want to be remade, Spine. Just wanted to check that out real quick. And while we're in the area, let's just say hi to Pierre to see what he has to say on the new day. Still feeling that urge to run away. Hello again, my scaredy friend. I think I did all I could. I hope it helped you a little bit, at least. And yeah, unfortunately, nothing else to really say to Pierre. Sam still runs away in terror. Like I said, I'll be rotating my party around quite a bit in this video, and starting things off, we're going to be adding Dan into the party, just for the fun of it, for a couple things we're going to be doing in the boiler room. We haven't really done anything with that in this playthrough past when we had to go through it, so time to take care of some of the stuff that's waiting for us in there. Hey Sam, I'm live streaming. Got anything you want to tell the audience? There are 24 people watching. Live to game, game to live. Before you can get the words out, Morton pushes you out of the way and stands in front of Dan. He's holding some metal objects, but you're not sure what. There is something I must say. You must see this, yes? This is a tuning fork. It is used to... Hey, come on, man! I'm trying to interview Sam! The people don't care about your weird fork. No, this is a misconception. Tuning forks are not at all weird. They are used to perfect the pitch of many instruments and implements. They are vital to... Man, my viewer count is bombing. Make him stop, Sam. I will say Morton has some pretty great dialogue with all of your party members inside the apartment. Anyways, handing over the love letter here, we actually have just enough time to get the new addition to the Nestor and Rafta quest, so may as well just get that going. I can economize a little bit and not have to go into a separate file in order to take care of that on my own time. And just like we've done several times throughout this Let's Play, we have just let Nestor get to work on Eugene and take over his store. I would have never looked into the pipe without your encouragement, Sam. What happens next is all thanks to you. Oh, what is this thing? Poor Eugene. But hey, we're finally going to get a handgun for all that pistol ammo that we've been collecting. Kind of pointless since we have the jaw revolver now, but whatever. It's there. It's there. That feels better. Here. He dropped his gun. Keep it. It's a gift. As thanks for making me a new man. And we get a custom handgun. So it seems like I have a store to run. That's going to be fun. We'll just leave you to it. Now the reason I'm cutting into this point is because once we leave, the door locks behind you. I have a little bit of redecorating to do. Please do come back tomorrow. This, unfortunately, is an unimplemented feature currently. The door will unlock tomorrow, but the store will be exactly as it was left before Nestor took over the shop. I believe the intent here, I haven't really looked into this, but I'm assuming the intent here is that Nestor is going to get a formal control over the shop that allows you to keep perusing its wares and, actually haggle, have it restock, all that good stuff that Eugene does for you that Nestor currently does not, but unfortunately, this actually goes nowhere. Currently, all the problems that happened with Nestor taking over the shop previously still happen, except you're locked out of it for a day. Anyways, time to start taking care of business in the boiler room, so I will be getting to work on that. It is worth noting that the boiler room enemies still give pretty good money even on cursed mode, most of them dropping $15 a pop, so it is worth your while if you are light on cash to come through here and kill a bunch of things in order to, shall we say, restock. Anyways, speaking of boiler room enemies, we've of course got a boiler beast to deal with. We've been leaving this guy by his lonesome for far too long, so I think it's a good idea to take him down a peg at this point. I'll probably craft some more bandages when I have a chance. Here comes the Gore Vortex. Unfortunately, the panic coming through is a little unfortunate for Sam and Dan, but not the end of the world here. Let me see here. I'm wondering what I should have Joel do. Well, I have Sam equipped with Angel's Bat here, but you know what? I'm going to throw an Acid Flask at the Boiler Beast just to get Acidify onto him. Let me see here. Can Joel? Yes, he can use the marbles that Sophie is picking up for you. May as well use the Silver Shot while we have it. And of course, Spider is just going to do as Spider does. Dan will be using the Tooth Revolver in order to get some multi-shots onto the Boiler Beast. Thankfully, Sam's Panic is already gone. Nice! And this guy has no resistance to shadow damage. Oh, that was surprisingly underwhelming, truth be told. So we should be able to take him down with just a procession of pain hits here, and I'll have Joel go for the Teeth Storm, even though he's resistant to Pierce-type skills, just because it's a nice little bit of damage to go there. As you can see, Jump Attack also dealing some pretty good damage there. Use the Pain on the Boiler Beast, and there we go. Spider, so effective when the enemy does not resist shadow damage. We get our Elixir and our Plumbing Tools. Not that that really matters, but that's something that's taken care of. He is a bonus boss, so I figured I'd address him on video. Also collecting the healing items from David, since remember, we rewinded to before the mask ending, so we have not actually collected these yet. Over here, I'm collecting Roxy now. Roxy is actually located by such a good amount of items, though the real reason that I'm cutting in here is because we of course got a boss, and I may as well show off every boss encounter that we get into. This guy should honestly not be that tough, all truth be told. The terrible sewer beast, we've just got so much to overwhelm this guy with. I am genuinely not all that concerned about him. Yeah, you can ask me to join you, it's not gonna work out, but oh my goodness, yeah, this guy's just going to die to Teeth Storm real quick. Yeah, not the most impressive boss, but hey, 240 experience acquired. Dan is just so elated about that. So, coming into the Victor and Florence conversation, this is the reason I brought Dan along. 3 out of 10 at best. It's okay. It's just okay. I think Glorpo's Revenge is better. This was overhyped. I'll say it. I didn't care for Glorpo's Revenge. I think it's overrated. What? Dude, Glorpo's Revenge has like 4 of the best 12 boss battles of all time. The only boss battle worth anyone's time is Fallen Honko. The bosses were okay. They were just okay, dude. They had good music. I'll give them that. They had fantastic music. Can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Glorpo's final chapter has better bosses, and also the level design was better. Well, I just have to agree to disagree. Let me see. Does Dan have anything else to say to these kids? I don't think so. I just wanted to show that, fittingly, Dan has a little bit of extra dialogue here. They're actually called Calamity Piranhas. Okay, I wish they had more reactions to Dan. Another funny Dan moment. When you find Catafalque, he has his own little commentary on it. Yep. Catafalque belongs right here, down in the sewage. Oh, Dan. Ever the critic, ever the critic. Alright, I've rounded up all the kids. Does Dan have anything to say to Victor after this? No, sadly. But we will be grabbing the last of the healing items from David here because, well, 2 stimulants and an elixir. Can't necessarily go wrong with that. And now there is one more bit of business we need to take care of in the boiler room while we're here. We need to get Tickle along, because it's time for us to fight the Boiler Beast again, so we will offer up to be his host, and you know what? I'll hang on to him for a little while. Not going to keep him forever. Eventually we'll take him over to Henri, but for right now, I can't believe it. I'm living the dream. My host is my best buddy. Are you feeling okay? I'm sure you'll get used to my weight in no time. You're so big and strong, juicy fella. I believe in you. Okay, so where are we going? Oh, the adventures we'll have. And yeah, a little bit of an HP debuff to Sam there, but not anything we can't handle. With that established, let's get back to the apartment and trade out Dan for the next party member we're going to be using in this video. Yeah, sorry to all my Dan fans out there, but we are done with him for the rest of the playthrough. Now, the next person we're going to be rotating in is actually Aster, but it is past 5 o'clock now, so we may as well get in our mazes and wizards session for the day. No, not you, Morton. I know you have a similar cloak. Well, not really, but you're wearing a cloak like Lyle, but we're going to be doing mazes and wizards right now. Okay, let's start then. When we left off, the party stood outside a foreboding stone temple, deep in the Forbidden Forest. Cautiously, you walk inside, torches raised. As you enter the arched entrance of the temple, its massive doors shut behind you. Ahead lies only darkness. Your only escape is forward. The battle was hard fought. You wipe the sweat off your brow and the blood off your sword as you survey the aftermath. Among the bodies is a small wooden chest with a golden lock. It's trapped. Oh, you know what? I feel like Helen might be onto the right idea here. Let's leave it. Deciding that caution is the order of the day, you leave the suspicious chest behind. Whatever treasure it contains will have to wait for the next adventurer. You press onward through the temple. The aura of malevolence grows as you trudge deeper and deeper into its twisted passageways. You draw nearer to its beating, blackened heart. But you stop. Something is amiss. Other than the crackle of your torch, there is complete silence. Your intuition tells you that you're in danger. That's when you see it. The floor in front of you is an illusion. A pit of daggers. Well, do we happen to have a grappling hook? It takes several tries, but you finally are able to latch your grappling hook onto a statue on the other side of the pit trap. You test the line's strength before volunteering to go first. Cautiously, you climb across the pit to the other side. When you safely make it to the other side, the rest of your team follows suit. Soon, you're all standing on the opposite side, in front of an ethereal blue gateway. Hesitantly, you step through the door. No, it wasn't a door, but a portal! You find yourself whisked away to what appears to be the laboratory of the Mad Wizard. Oh boy, get ready, everyone. Suddenly, a human form materializes before you. Misty blue wisps swirl around the figure of Ignatus Fora, the Royal Court Magician. How'd you like my ward against the undead, adventurers? There's a terrifying madness in the cackling wizard's eyes. Ah, Lyle! Bad DMing! Helen was right! It seems you made it through the trials. Intriguing. Now, I must tell you the truth. I am not the court magician Ignatus Fora. In reality, I was Zalmoxis all along. What? No way. He was like a father to me. It was obvious. Wow, I can't believe that guy was pretending to be a different guy. Well, Oh, you know what? I am a bard. Let's sway his heart with a bard song. You strum a melancholy ballad on your lute in hopes of stirring the wicked Zalmoxis' heart, but... Foolish adventurers! You think to rouse my heart with song? Did you not know that I have no heart? That, is a bit unfortunate. Well, let's hear him out then. Maybe he wants it. He's in pursuit of a heart. Yeah, exactly. Great thinking, Ninten. Let's hear what the man has to say. No, he's just evil. You really should pick something else. I guess it's time to fight then. I've been waiting for this. Yes! Haha! Let's test your abilities. See if you're the one I've been looking for. Rolling for attack? Failure. You draw your weapons to attack Zalmoxis, but they merely pass through his incorporeal form. Is he an illusion? Nothing you do is effective. No magic or weapon can touch the necromancer, and his powerful spells tear away at your flesh. Finally, when all hope is nearly lost, the mysterious blue door reappears. Zalmoxis approaches it. This has been a rousing fight, adventurers. You've done well, but you're not ready to face me yet. If you have the courage to face my final form, head to the fortress of Final Dusk. And with that, he steps through the portal, which closes behind him. We need to find a way to defeat him. Damn. Lyle? Actually, my +4 adamantine keyblade has a bonus to hitting incorporeal enemies. Alone, wounded, and confused, after your first confrontation with Zalmoxis, your party attempts to regain its bearings. Where are you? How can you defeat Zalmoxis? Where did he go? These questions will be answered next time we play. Oh my god, I can't believe how amateur this DM is, right, chat? Lyle. Yes, Helen? Your plot points are too obvious. You need to write better surprises. Okay, I'm sorry. Wow, I love playing games with my wonderful human friends. I'm having so much fun. You hear a knock at the door. Alright, let me get the party together and then we'll continue on. Hey, it's Monster William. You know what? Why don't we take him out real quick, just for the rewards, right? I do like the nice little tickle icon that we have on Sam now. Anyways, yeah, what were we doing? We were just taking this guy out. I didn't take the opportunity to equip Aster there, so he does not have that, he does not have the ability to do much damage here. But hey, it wasn't a particularly difficult fight to begin with. Alright, with that taken care of, let's get to the boiler. Morty, my best friend in the whole world. Yes, greetings. Give me some of your stuff. No, I don't think so. Come on, just give it to me. You got so much of it, I just want a little. I'll pay you. It's all very important to me. I'm sorry, but I can't just give this away. Not even for money. Have it your way, Morton. Don't give me any of your stupid junk. We'll see what happens. Oh, Lay, you and your violent disposition. Anyways, furnace time once again. Fun thing to know about the furnace, he actually does not have any curse mode stat bonuses, so this is exactly the same as survivor mode. Radiating heat from the furnace stings your eyes. You feel like a knight approaching the dragon's lair. Getting any closer would be foolish. Are you ready to die? Always. And here we go, blinding jet of steam real quick, just to start us out. Now, we have Aster on our side here. Oh no, he stunned Stam right away. That's not a big deal. Okay, there we go. Let's get the Nitro boost up. Let's just have Joelle, actually, we're going to go into a Acid Flask with Joelle here to start things off. We are going to have the Spider go for Pain, and of course we are going to have, Aster set up his fire safety protocol. This will give us 50% resistance to fire-based damage and immunity to burning. Now, a funny thing about fire safety protocol is that it actually has a variable degree of effectiveness. Childish characters like Joelle, and amusingly characters like the Spider, do not respect the fire safety protocol too much, and thus will be less likely or actually enjoy the stat bonus for a shorter period of time. So it will wear off in 3 to 4 turns instead of the 8 turns it usually lasts for other characters. Anyways, with that established, we are just going to go to town with our other attacking options here. Actually, I'm going to have Sam mostly stick to Acid Flasks here, do Teeth Storm with Joelle, Pain with the Spider, and let's have Aster just use a healing spray on the group here. Keep that damage up pretty consistently. This guy does resist piercing type attacks, so that's not going to be as effective as it normally is, but it's still pretty good damage, and because we're going to have Aster just throwing healing sprays at the party, it should be consistently effective. and the furnace is roaring once more. Another blinding jet of steam. Oh, the spider already forgot his, so his just went away in about 2 turns. Very unfortunate for us. Let's go for the jump attack here. Another teeth storm, another bit of pain, and let's just go all out. Not even bother with guard. Eschew it entirely. A jumping attack from Sam. Horrible suffering from the spider. We will get Teeth Storm onto this guy, and let's see if the Magnum rounds can finish this guy off before he gets a chance to attack. It did indeed. There we go. Not too bad. 800 experience gained, $200 gained, the Furnace Edge found, and you hear something fall into the water nearby. Huh. That's different. That wasn't something that happened, everybody's forgetting fire safety. But that hasn't happened the last time we defeated this guy. Now, where exactly did this thing fall into the water? Let me search around. Oh, no, wait, it's right here. A long needle-like key with an eye motif. Yes, the furnace, or the furnace, awards us an iris key for defeating him. This is the only other iris key, aside from the one you get from Daryl's hidey hole, that you can find outside of the meat dimension, so very much worth your while to grab this. With that taken care of, I think it's time for yet another bonus boss, so we are going to be making our way back to the apartment to get our next party member that we're going to be rotating in for this video. I'm also going to be dropping Tickle off with Henri here, because I'd rather not deal with his stat debuffs here. And there we go, Henri once again. This is a cozy host with lots of drinking buddies for Tickle. We can come back for him if we so desire, but we're just going to leave him to it. For the next party member we're going to be adding into the party here, we're going to be throwing Lyle into the party. Come on, Lyle, join up with us. Come along. Wow, thanks, Sam. Been a while since we used this guy, so he's a little bit behind on levels, and also a little bit under heal. Gonna have Lyle use the Azure Greatsword for a little bit, just so I have a means to inflict bleed on some things. Let's have him be better for the army helmet or the giant rat skull. Looks like the army helmet is a little bit better there. We'll give him the 4 of spades just for some additional offense and luck. And, of course, a Carnelian ring. Do I even want to bother just cooking a meal for him? Nah, we'll just top him off with some of our leftovers. We'll use this cola can on him. I should probably get some more energy drinks. Well, honestly, I can't really buy that many more since we kind of fed Eugene off to Nestor there. There we go. Lyle should be good to go for what we have coming up next. You can tell that she's around. We'll actually be walking by Spine just this moment, because we're returning to the glitched video game world, or the glitch world, inside the unlabeled cartridge, as now that we've completed a certain other task, there's something new that awaits us in the glitch game, or the glitch world, so let's fire up our unlabeled cartridge once more and see if we can't find this new thing that I would like to show off. This is another bonus boss encounter that we're going for, but this one actually does not have an achievement associated with it, much like these secret party members don't. Whether that is subject to change in the future or not, I do not know, but we are going to be making our way over to it. I don't know exactly offhand where it is, so give me a moment to look around for it. Ah, here we go. If you push down from here, you will find that there is a secret path, and you're in a little bit of an invisible maze here, but as you push through, eventually you'll find your way through. So let's just see if we can't maneuver our way through here. There we go. And we just have to go a little bit more to find our way to a new screen. It's getting late and you should probably go back home and sleep, but I think there's something of interest for us here. Hey, You're Honko! Hi there, I'm Honko, the Explorer. I don't know where I am. I'm looking for my kids. Do you know where they are? This place is very confusing. Honko? How did you get here? I woke up here. I don't know what happened. I don't feel so good. Uh-oh, he looks like he means business, unfortunately. We are going to actually take some time to set up some buffs here. I'm just going to have Joel attack with the slingshot. We are going to hit him with Pain, with Spider there, and we are going to go for a hack and slash with Lyle in order to get some DOT going on to Honko here. Honko only appears if you have completed his game. Otherwise, he is not available to encounter inside the glitch dimension. So let's just get this bleed set up as best we can. Honko goes for an attack here, and he doesn't start off too threatening. So we aren't going to worry too much about that. Marc-Andre has gotten to level 9. As you can see, he has a little bit of HP regeneration for him there. Going to appoint Governor onto the Spider there. We are going to have Joel gum up the works now. We're going to go for another Pain and another Hack and Slash. So let's just get to that. By the way, Honko's HP regeneration is, what is it, 5%. So you do need a little bit more than just one stack of bleed in order to overtake it. Now, he's not too threatening right now, but things are about to get a little bit more real once we deal enough damage to him. So let's actually get to work on getting that accomplished now. I don't want to use Teeth Storm just yet, so let's actually reserve ourselves a little bit on that. I'll go for Deep Cut just for the better chance of actually getting some bleed to stick onto him. Go for the jumping attack there. I don't feel so good. What is happening to me? This is worse than being seasick. I feel so disoriented. And now we are entering phase 2 of the battle. Hopefully we can quickly get some more bleed set up onto him. Oh, there goes our Nitro boost. We'll want to get that set back up. No! Well, that actually doesn't matter because his HP refills once he enters the new phase. Now we're going to start to want to use Teeth Storm on him here. Unfortunately, Gum Up the Works has also run out. We'll go for another Hack and Slash here. Hit him with the Pain. As you can see, he has a lot more HP to work with. Honko also does not have Cursed Mode stat bonuses, so as of the current update, fighting him on normal mode is basically the same as, fighting him on Cursed Mode. And as you can see, he is now splitting into yet more Honkos. Not exactly a desirable thing to see. But this is where Teeth Storm is going to come in clutch, as well as... Oh no, the Azure Greatsword is damaged. No! Why, Marc-Andre? You keep throwing away my tonics. Ah! Stop that. Unfortunately, if the Azure Greatsword starts breaking, unlike the Claymore, it cannot be... repair, or it does not have 2 levels of breaking. It'll just keep on going down, so I'm actually going to have Lyle transition over to Lyle Kicks here. We may have to use something on him to up his stamina a little bit, as he doesn't have an infinite amount. Ooh, unfortunate miss from the quick jab there. As you can see, Honko has now picked up some pierce resistance, making him a little bit tougher here, and I'm sorry. And now we are in phase 3. Honko has tons of AoE attacks to use here, and of course we've also got his various offshoots to deal with as well, so this is where things can start to get a little bit real. Fortunately, we have Nitro Boost to help out with the dodging here a little bit. He's also got his own versions of Black Hole and Pain to inflict on us. I probably should have picked up some Blood Clot bombs in order to deal with these guys a little bit better. Now, we want to go into using Fire Bombs here. Teeth Storm from Joel, use Black Hole once more with the Spider, and we will also have Lyle throw up a healing spray on the party here. But yeah, our main source of damage to deal with these guys is going to be Black Hole in order to soften them up a bit. As you can see, the non-glitching Honko allies are not resistant to the shadow damage, like the primary Honko body is. Firebombs also coming in clutch here due to their ability to inflict burn, allowing us more reliable DOT on him to outpace the healing that he's doing to himself here. With the healing spray, we should be able to deal better damage with Teeth Storm on the next turn. Okay, same as feeling drowsy, that's fine. Joel feeling drowsy is also fine. Drowsy is not an immediate threat here. Blinding Light is making things a little bit difficult for us, but we should still be fine here. Dances around in terror. Still hanging in here okay. Honko does have some pretty dangerous attacks that he can hit you with, such as Fire Breath, but again, we're still hanging in pretty well here. Okay, and Horrible Suffering. As long as... right on Joel. That's exactly what I didn't want. Okay, our Nitro Boost is going down. What I am going to do... Oh, come on! Why did I have to miss Joel? The one person it would have been nice if it hit. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use our last tonic on Joel to make sure Teeth Storm is dealing good damage. Unfortunately, the Spider is panicked here, so he is not able to use his... Black Hole here, but we have a spare Firebomb. We also have some explosives at our disposal, so let's go for, yeah, let's just go use an explosive. If we're lucky, this might actually stun a couple of these Honkos, if they even have any gas left in their tank here, which fortunately we're starting to take them out, and once we start minimizing the numbers of Honkos available to attack us, this fight becomes a lot more manageable. Another Teeth Storm coming out from Joelle here. That gets rid of all of the additional Honkos, making this fight much more manageable for us. If we're lucky here, we'll get the stun, and yes we did. That'll interrupt his turn here. And horrible suffering, unfortunately, still happens independent of being stunned. So many actions like that in this game. That is a big reason why I'm not using stun so often. Let me see here. We'll get Nitro Boost back up. Let's go for Teeth Storm. Let's go for... what would even be good on Honko here? I really should have gotten some Blood Clot Bombs. We can use an Acid Flask on him. I don't need too many of those left in reserve. And let's use an... I actually do kind of want to save my Healing Spray there. So you know what? We're actually just going to go for a Big Chomp with Lyle here. We should be getting pretty close to taking him out. You don't actually need to deplete his entire health to finish him off. Spider is sleeping, unfortunately. Does the Nitro Boost overwrite the sleep status? Yes, it does. Okay, that's good for us. Yeah, Nitro Boost also makes you immune to sleep, which is very, very helpful. Okay, now that Spider is back in the... Oh, God. It's supposed to make you immune to sleep, but I guess Honko's tongue here. This is, I think this is supposed to be a single targeting skill, but it just goes after everyone, and Jesus, that's brutal. We can still manage this, but it's very, very annoying to be hit with that, and as you can imagine. Fortunately, we still got the acid on him to mitigate the regeneration that he's doing. What I'm going to do here now, I'm going to definitely use a healing spray. We really need that healing to make sure Joelle doesn't get taken out. There we go. Get that little bit of restoration there. It'd be really nice if the Spider could keep going here so that he can get a pain onto this guy. Unfortunately, we're losing a bit of our stamina here, but I'm not too pressed about that. We've got this guy on the rope. Ooh. This regeneration is starting to get through now. Oh, hey, Marc-Andre attempting to slap me awake here. Okay, and the double healing there is really obnoxious. Let's, actually, you know what? No, let's use an elixir on Joelle here. Let's go for Teeth Storm. Let's go for Pain. Let's have Lyle... let me see here. Go for a Molotov so we can get burn onto him to overwrite his regeneration. If this fight goes on for any longer, we're getting pretty close to finishing him off, I think. Let's just get the Teeth Storm there. Throw the Molotov, and the burn should proc. There we go. Honko is burning. We're outpacing his healing once again. Okay, the kicking is not a big deal. The stun should wear off. Pain, once again, pretty annoying, but it did not go for Joelle there, so I'm not too pressed about it. Alright. Oh, it was actually, now I remember, Nitro Boost is a 50% resistance to sleep, so it can still get through, unfortunately for us. Let's have, I don't know, just use shurikens, I guess. Unfortunately, without any stamina at his disposal, Lyle is not able to do too much in this fight. Get the Teeth Storm here. And there we go, that should be it. Honko bursts open like a piñata, showering the room with candy. You get a rare licorice candy, special candy, rare banana candy, rare soda candy, rare licorice candy, rare mint candy, rare lime candy, rare licorice candy. Yeesh, look at all these rare candies. Yes, when you defeat Honko, he explodes into a ton of special candies, many of them often being permanent stat boosting candies. So, pretty valuable guy to defeat here. Let's take a look at what we've got at our disposal. We can boost the luck a ton, we can permanently boost agility, got the ability to boost the attack stat, can permanently boost HP, that's going to Joelle immediately. Let me see, this permanently boosts stamina. Do I want to give that to Joelle? You know what, I'm actually going to give 2 of these to Lyle and 2 to the Spider there. Let's see, the banana candy, that's just best used on Sam there. Or mint candy, rather. And ditto for the rare banana candy, actually. Let's see, the rare lime candy. Guess we can give that to Joelle just to get him a little bit more luck. And then finally, we've got the nectar candy here, which fully heals HP and stamina, and permanently boosts all stats by 1. Do I want to go for Joelle on that? Nah, let's go for Sam there. Probably the smartest thing to do. See, you're still hanging in there, Ambrose. Anyways, that is Honko, one of the many secret bonus bosses. This one, though, no achievement tied to him yet. But keep him in mind for later. You never know what the future may hold. Alright, after defeating Honko, I decided to go back and rest so that we could get a little bit of restoration for everyone here. Sybil, once again, back to her usual, allowing us to save our progress. And we are going to do this. I can't wait to go back out, if we even get a chance to see it. Tell her a bit about recent events, and let me move my save over here. And, well, there are two things left for us to do in this video. Now, we can go check on the plant with Hellen. It should be fully matured, but I'm gonna save that for a little bit later. For right now, let's collect the Chalky Bar from the Shadow, and let's make our way to the next bonus boss. Now, I'm actually going to take the long way around. One thing that I haven't really been commenting on, there's ventilation grates all over the apartment as of the 2.0 update. You probably noticed that, but this is the first point in the game where they're actually going to become relevant, because various ones that you can walk across, as you can see right here, have little enemies that have burst out of them. As you can imagine, these are the children of Nestor, a new function of, version 2.0. So yeah, that egg-laying portion, his foot, that is something that you do have to be considerate now. All of these will appear in front of the vents located throughout the apartment. This is not the only new addition to the Nestor and Rafta side quest. Now, these different limb spawn can potentially drop eggs. What do you do with these eggs? We'll get to that later, but it is tied to another function of the Nestor and Rafta quest that won't become properly available until 3 days after Nestor has subsumed Eugene. Now, the next thing we want to hit up is over back in the fungal layer. You may remember that when we were going through there, I made note of a little path off to the side, much like the hidden path in the glitch world. As a matter of fact, there is a hidden path that leads to a bonus boss inside the fungal layer, though this one is available much sooner and doesn't really have any precursors you need to complete in order to get access to it. I don't believe so anyway. I don't think you need to defeat the Spore Mother to access this, but it is not advisable that you head to it when you have the first opportunity to do so, and you will be finding out why once we get into it. For right now, let me see here. I do want to change out Nestor's equipment real quick. I'm just going to give him that mossy hammer, and I'm going to use a duct tape on the Azure Greatsword so that it's in good actually, you know what? I don't need to bother with that. We got a Claymore. That's close enough to the Azure Greatsword in effectiveness. It does all the things that I want to anyway, so we'll just go with that instead. Alright, move our way through here. You'll find some mushrooms blocking your path. Just pluck that real quick. And off to this side path here, we find yet another bonus encounter. What awaits us at the end of this hallway? Hello, I am Swordmaster Comatus. Do you wish to challenge me? I just want to talk, man. Well, what are you doing here? I am meditating. I am trading. Nice sword. It's a fine blade. I've imbued it with my own corruptive essence. It howls like a lost soul when swung. Would you join me? I work alone. Who were you before? The past is the past. What's important is who I am now. Come on, I want to know! My past is hazy. The memories are faint. A mystery even to me. Well, nothing at all? Are you sure? I was a yoga instructor. Oh, dude, I always wanted to try yoga. Perhaps I can teach you, if you are worthy. The past is the past, as I said. This unflappable guy is perhaps more easily embarrassed than he would like to admit. Do you need any help? I do not. I only seek tranquility, but thank you. Alright, enough questions there. You know what? Let's challenge him. Very well. Come at me. Okay, right away we are of course going to set up Nitro Boost again. We are going to have Joelle set up Gum Up the Works also. We are going to go right in for the pain to deal big damage to him. And we are going to have Lyle Hack and Slash to try and set up as much damage as possible on him. As you can see, this guy hits hard, and he has a lot of attacking options as disposal. So be prepared here. Get a really nice battle theme though, once the fight proper starts. Alright, we're just doing that so Joel has more regeneration to work with. Get the excellent hits going in there. Get more damage going. Yes, another stack of bleed. There we go! 3 stacks of bleed right away. Okay, wide arc, and his Whispering Blade has the chance to freeze the party, so be very mindful of that. And he's recovering a little bit of health at the end of the turn, but not anything we can't keep up with. Oh man, he got rid of his bleeding. Unfortunate for us. Let's see, come on, Marc-Andre, stop doing that. That's unfortunate. I want to get, what is it, Painful Stab set up on him after he got rid of the bleed like that. Let's, have, Lyle go for an elixir on Sam so that hopefully he can, get back into the fight here. Let's do Teeth Storm there. There we go. Nice 500 damage right away. Okay, Kamada's hacking away wildly. Oof, he is nasty with the bleed there. Okay, a headbutt, and Spider is stunned, but that's okay. We can live with that. So he goes for the neck, and yeah, some serious damage that can come out from this guy. Okay. How much HP? He didn't recover any HP there. So he has different stances that he can rotate through. Let's go with the Teeth Storm again. We're actually going to want to throw a Molotov at him to try and get some burn onto him, as well as go for Hack Away, or Hack and Slash again, in order to get some more DOTs on him. There he goes with his counterattacks. I'm not too worried about that, truth be told. Get the Molotov going. As you can probably expect from a guy who's associated with the Frost status, he is quite quite capable of, what am I trying to say here? Frost status. Oh my god, I can't. I was gonna say, or he's vulnerable to fire. Okay, there we go, there we go. Alright, getting more pain damage on him. Now he is fighting recklessly. Let's see, Joel is no longer boosted, and neither is, okay. We want to get the Nitro boost back up. I'm gonna have to use another, actually, I'm probably gonna go for a, healing spray here. I'm actually going to have the Spider use it because he's faster. Let's go for that, and let's go for another Molotov to try and get that burn to stick on him. I forget if he's immune to burn, actually. Some enemies are actually resistant to that, so you do have to be mindful of that for when it can potentially become an issue. There we go. Healing spray onto Joel there. Get another powerful Teeth Storm there. Once he is in this phase, his defense actually reduces quite a bit. So this is a good opportunity to get some good damage stuck onto him. There we go. He is, in fact, vulnerable to burn. Sam keeps getting frozen there. Poor guy. Okay, what stance is he going to go to now? He's no longer in pain, so we'll get that set back up on him, but he should be pretty close. The pain effect was ticking for not very much against him. We'll go for the Hack and Slash once again. Nice, yeah, it just seems like this doubles the damage to him. So, excellent opportunity to hit him with big damage once he gets into this phase. There we go. We should have him defeated after this turn. Go. Ugh, nasty damage. If you're unprepared, this guy can absolutely annihilate your party something fierce. Okay, goes for the neck. Spider is unfortunately not going to get any experience for this encounter, but it is not a big deal. Okay, now he's regenerating. We should. Ooh, whoa! Hey, nice! Thanks for the stun there. Okay. What? Oh, God! That was a ton of his HP back right there. If that's the case, we're going to need to use a stimulant on the Spider to get back into this fight. Let's go for Teeth Storm here. We're going to go for Acid Flask with Lyle here. Use that to get the Spider back up. Let's just go for Teeth Storm once again. Hit him with the Acid Flask here. There we go. Nice, he is weak to that, so that helps out quite a bit. We do still have the pain to, fortunately, tack some damage right back onto him. Okay, the boost is ending. Okay, he's still regenerating quite a bit each turn. And I think Marc-Andre is exacerbating that, because he technically counts as a second turn. Okay, let's see here. Going to use a healing spray with Sam here. Use Teeth Storm once again. Use Pain with the Spider. Let's go for Hack and Slash to try and get some bleed tacked onto him. Hopefully we can outpace some of the healing that he's doing to himself now. Okay, come on. Just, come on, Marc-Andre, please stop causing... Okay, that's good. He switched his stance, so that works out perfectly for us. He's not going to be healing himself anymore. Okay, That's fine, that's fine. Let's get the nitro boost up again. Yeah, this is not an easy fight, and I'm actually going to have Lyle go for the healing spray once more, get the inscrutable racing commands going so we can hopefully dodge some more attacks from this guy, and outmatch his speed bonus. There we go. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Ugh. Stop taking out Sam here. We're out of healing sprays, so we need to be mindful of what we're trying to do here. Go for the painful stab once again. Teeth Storm, Pain, and get another hack and slash on him. We've got this guy on the ropes. I know we're so close to beating him right now. Yeah, just a little bit more. This hack and slash might actually take him out. Come on, come on. Okay, he's so close. He's so close. Come on. Do not go into, okay. Precise and deadly, that's workable, that's workable. We should be able to outspeed him. Ooh, did some... Yes, Marc-Andre once again got the finishing blow. I yield. I yield. You are formidable opponent. I bequeath you my blade. You've earned it. Whisper Blade acquired. Now, the Whisper Blade is a pretty cool weapon. Is it one-handed? I don't think it is, but let's double check through here. Okay, it is not. The Whisper Blade is pretty unique in that it is actually a weapon that gets stronger as it breaks. It breaks in 4 stages, and the most broken version of it is the strongest, though there are some stat penalties associated with using this weapon. As you can see, pretty negative impact on your defense. Makes you faster, though, so this one could be kind of cool to utilize. I'm probably not going to do too much with it. It's got excellent power, though. It also has hack and slash, deep cut, decapitation, all sorts of good stuff you can do with that. If you want to go for it, I think I'll just have Lyle, for now, just stick to a one-handed weapon and use the teeth revolver for a little bit. Let's go with the just a machete here and get the jaw revolver into his hands. There we go. Let's talk to Commandus again real quick, though. Once my meditation here is concluded, I may join some friends nearby. Some warm soup would do me some good. Alright, alright. We'll have to keep that in mind for later. With that taken care of, let's get to some more exploration that I want to do. I was going to try and complete Hellen's quest, but I accidentally entered the ground floor instead of the first floor. It's amazing how often I make that mistake, and there are some worm enemies here. Now, the reason that I am bringing this up is because I was trying to run away from them, but unfortunately, they do not, as of the current version of the game, have properly implemented, intangibility frames after you run from them. Even these ones over here are now suddenly the ones affected by it. Hello? These things are behaving very weirdly. Yeah, these enemies can be a little buggy, but we did see the worm eggs come through from these guys, so that is interesting in its own way, I suppose. Anyway, let's go complete Hellen's quest. And here we are, once again at the plant. And if we take a look at the large fruit, the large fruit has ripened on the plant. Sam, this is it. The plant we raised together. Fully matured. How do you feel? You know, thank you for sharing this with me, Hellen. It was an enlightening experience. Thank you for sharing it with me, Sam. Now, we need to harvest. Don't let it get away. Oh, it is a fruit person. Is it just me, or does this fruit person look a little familiar? Maybe I'm just being paranoid here. Regardless, with the furnace edge at our disposal, some shadow knives, and a teeth storm from Joel, I don't think this guy has a very good chance of surviving a protracted encounter with us. Sam, watch closely. Hellen pulls out an enormous pair of gardening shears and stabs them into the fruit. It screeches horrendously as thick juices, seeds, and pulp spill out. It collapses into a heap. Sam's party was victorious, getting 300 experience, a fruit slice, and... Hellen pulls the juice-stained shears out of the fruit. I want you to have my shears, Sam. I've gardened with these for a long time, but I think it's time they see a new garden. And we get Hellen shears. Well, thank you. I'm glad to have gotten to know you better, Hellen. It's been an enjoyable experience. It's been a long time since I've been able to share something like this with another person, but I'm glad it was with you, Sam. You make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, Hellen. Anyways, Hellen's shall we say, tainted or stained shears, as they're more specifically known, are the alternative version of her shears you can get if you don't kill her. As you can see, it's just a rather unremarkable piercing weapon that is two-handed, so Sam can't actually use this, funnily enough. But I think, let's just look at it again real quick. Yeah, it can poison enemies on hit. You don't have too many avenues for inflicting poison on enemies in this game, so that is actually a pretty interesting quality for it to have. Now, part of the reason I got confused and was going for the ground floor earlier is because there is another thing that we want to check out here. If we go over here, we can find Ana! Sam, hello! I'm so happy to see you! I've really gotten the hang of walking, and Mutt here gave me a cane to help. Free of charge, too. I want to thank you for treating me like a real human being, even though I'm not really one at all. I'm still figuring out who and what I am. I mean, I'm not really anyone yet. I was born a few weeks ago with fragments of some stranger's memories. But there's no rush. At least I'm out of that awful, awful place. Here, this is for you. Ana gives you a small hug. Then she plunges a hand into her own chest. She roots around in there for a while and then pulls out her heart. She hands the heart over to you. You receive the beating heart. I want you to keep it. It grows back, don't worry. I think it will help. Thank you for being my first friend. Hopefully the first of many. Yeah, Ana reaches Mutt's shop after a couple of days. You don't actually need to help her with walking. She will just eventually get here on her own. And finally, Mutt is selling the lockpicks. Way too late for it to be useful for me, but it is there. Anyways, the beating heart is another shield-type item. It goes in your gun slot. So, it is something that a character like Hellen, who normally cannot use guns, is capable of using. And as you can see, it protects you from death. And just gives you some nice defensive stat bonuses if you're not using a gun but are still using one-handed weapons, or if you're a character like Joelle or Hellen who otherwise can't use their gun slot. This is just a flat upgrade. I mean, Hellen or Joelle can use the slingshot, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, moving on from that. I made note of this door earlier when we first came through the kitchen. As of version 2.0, you can actually open it. Ah! You're not allowed back here. It's employees only. Oh, sorry, I got lost, Mutt. That's fine. Don't do it again. You startled me. And you'll just be turned away at that point. Now, you can actually attack Mutt, and if you kill him, you can steal all of the special offers that he has out on his counter with no real repercussions. All of the NPCs within Mutt's diner, or Mutt's Fish and Chips, run away. But you can just take everything he has, though obviously he will not lay out anything more if he's dead. Now, there is supposed to be a super boss fight with Mutt, but as of the current version of the game, it is not actually implemented. The fight is just a really easy affair. He's a fairly vanilla NPC encounter who doesn't do any interesting attacks. If you were to attack him, the way it's intended to work is that if you attack him at day 10 or later, he will utilize his special offer items in combat and have a wide array of attacks they can hit you with. Funnily enough, there is actually an achievement you get for defeating him past day 10, where this theoretical super boss encounter would happen, but it isn't, it doesn't really have a proper name right now, and it doesn't have a proper description either, so it's a little weird, but something to be implemented in a future update. Anyways, time to rotate in our last party member for this video. We're going to be bringing Felipe along. I've been meaning to get Felipe in on some more action for a while now, because he has a very interesting skill that he learns at level 12, which he's very, very close to, so a bit of a shame that I haven't been able to get him there just yet, and wow, I left a lot of equipment on him the last time I was using him. Probably give him these work boots for a little bit more defense there. Let me see. Oh, that was just the glitch sneakers. But yeah, let's get Felipe back in. With that taken care of, now it's time for the last bit of exploration I want to do in this video. With the vast majority of the bonus bosses in the game taken care of, it's time to give the meat dimension a proper bit of exploration. Now, I'm mostly going to be avoiding encounters right now. If anything happens to get in my way and we do have to fight it, obviously I need experience for Felipe, so we will take it on. But for right now, I'm mostly just going to focus on getting to the various iris keys that we can find around the meat dimension. The meat dimension itself, you need the iris keys to mostly enter it, but it is also your primary source of iris keys. Many of them are scattered about the various locales, and It is actually possible to enter the meat dimension through a bad location and limit your opportunity to find iris keys. If you pick 2 bad locations, as a matter of fact, it's another thing that looks like an organ, but I'm kind of embarrassed to say what it looks like. Let's just leave that one. But yes, there are locations that you can enter from that will deny you the opportunity to explore the meat dimension any further. You can improperly use your iris keys. That being said, it is never impossible to fully explore the meat dimension, but there is one entrance that requires you, once again, shall we say, to betray a bit of trust. Hey, that looks familiar. I think... Didn't we see that from Joelle's apartment? Well, actually, I think this is a duplicated sprite, but yes, Joelle's apartment, now that it has been consumed completely by baby teeth, is also adjacent to the meat dimension, so it's a little bit of a preview that we got to it. Another one that you can get if you didn't get the RNG event inside of Edwin's apartment. Over here, you can see what looks like a storeroom through this hole. Squeeze through? Yeah, sure, why not? There we go. We are... Oh, wow, I never killed the worm. I also never grabbed the t-shirt in there. Whatever. But yes, we've got another entrance back into the real world from the meat dimension. Heading over this way. The audio cuts out a little bit, but there are some good items to find over here. Now, most of the enemies in here are intimidating looking, but not overly threatening. Joelle can mostly just chunk through them with T-Storm, and we've also got access to Black Hole to deal reliable fixed damage to most of the creatures here. And most of them are not resistant to shade damage, so it's not really that big a deal. Nice. I still got the Teeth Hammer on Felipe there, so it deals good damage. Yet another iris key for us to collect in here. And let's make our way over here. We can find some magnum bullets as well as some submachine gun bullets. There are lots of good items to find inside the meat dimension, so even if you don't plan to fully take advantage or fully explore what is within this dimension, it is still worth your while to pop in where you can in order to grab some items. Speaking of popping in where we can, we actually have another proper entrance. You may remember that I pointed out the eyeball in the toilet over here. If we drop our iris key inside one of this toilet, you just take an iris key, you drop the key into the toilet. Something seems to grab a hold of it and pull it inside. Red tendrils emerge from within, pushing up the toilet seat. They're beckoning you to approach. Well, let's jump into the toilet. And yes, yet another fairly grody entrance into the meat dimension. I forget if this one results in us finding another iris key, but there is yet another thing that looks like an organ. There's human faces in that? Weird. Anyways, going through this door, we can make our way over here real quick and find a unique piece of equipment, the Goblin Claws. Not something that I'm going to use, but an interesting thing to find nonetheless. As you can see, there are tons, and I mean it, tons of unique enemies within the meat dimension. It's just got a huge addition to the bestiary all its own within this place. It's pretty interesting to run through, and quite a few of these enemies can be very, very dangerous. This guy, not really one of them. We've got the Predator over here. Once again, we're just going to hit him with the standard options, go through all this, and we should take him out with minimal difficulty. Yeah, he doesn't have that much HP. There we go. Excellent hit from Joelle. I'm already feeling the benefit of boosting his luck. Got another one-sided door over here, but that is a-okay. Unfortunately, no shortcuts back to the real world from this section of the meat dimension, so we will just have to walk our way back. And before you ask, no, none of these pulsating holes actually lead to anywhere. So now that we've taken care of that, and we have some spare iris keys, I'm actually going to open up yet another door to the meat dimension. So let's return to Summer's apartment real quick. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the rather conspicuous door behind Lethargy is another entrance to the meat dimension. So let's use yet another iris key on here. We are flush with these now, so we have ample ability to explore the meat dimension to its fullest. Get a click there, and we're back in. It's almost noon, but that's of little consequence to me. find ourselves in yet another stairwell. We can already see an iris key over there, though we don't have a direct route to it at this point in time. Let's make our way back through here. Looks like there's an enzyme over there, so let's work our way over to there. That Oculus enemy right there, he can be a little bit nasty, inflicting you with the petrification status effect. Ooh, nice, we unlocked this door here. Oh, hey, this is where we just were. Nice. We're already getting a good interconnection of everything here. That's also another avenue to get that iris key that we just grabbed from that path over the void. Got another eyeball-based enemy here. Probably not going to do too well. Oh, no! Not too good against Joel's Teeth Storm there. Let's make our way down here, and unfortunately, this area... little more than a dead end, though I will say the ambience is creepily immaculate. Over here, if we slide through this, we can find yet another storeroom, and we are by the kitchen once more. Another entrance back into the meat dimension, and a bottle of reagent here for us to collect. Very nice, very nice. Alright, with that, actually, you know what? I am just going to make my way back into here. We're going to wrap back around to the... entrance to the meat dimension that is located within the laundry room. So work our way back around there and continue exploring from there so that we can start opening up more doors and once again just expand our ability to move through the meat dimension unhindered. So back into here. And there are tons of entrances from within the meat dimension that'll allow us to quickly return to the apartment and open up keys to, or use our keys in other areas. Let's see, we already explored this, so back this way we go. There is a much more complicated section that we have yet to reach from the Hell Ride entrance, shall we call it. Moving on up here. If we continue into here, we're actually going to find a pretty expansive area with already seeing a repeat enemy here. We will deal with this guy much the same way that we did with the previous iteration of this guy that we saw. Also just use the teeth hammer on the central body there. Black hole to absorb all the white, all the light. If we're lucky, Teeth Storm will finish this guy off. If we're unlucky, it'll go to Felipe. He'll just hit him with the hammer, but it did get him. And this guy gets pretty good experience, so I'm not really too pressed that I got into an encounter there. Alright, so there is another iris key for us to locate within this section of the meat dimension. So let's move around and see if we can't grab it. Inside here is a pretty interesting item for us to grab, just past this eyeball, which I'll leave him be for right now. Oh, he wanted to die? Well, fair enough. Go, my Joel. Our son here has just become so ridiculously powerful by the end of the game, and he does so well against these Pierce weak enemies. Look at him go. Oh, there we go. Felipe has reached level 12 and has learned his most busted skill, Consume Ally. This will consume an unconscious ally. Now, despite what the description says, you can use it on a fully conscious ally, giving Felipe additional strength. Consumed allies cannot be revived. You have to sleep. Now, Felipe can consume up to 3 allies, boosting his stats by, I believe it's 60%, 80%, and 100% by, for each ally he consumes, another door that is locked from the other side. But it also applies a penalty to his agility, going by 20%, 40%, and 60%. Now, you can restore the consumed allies by just going back to the apartment and sleeping, but this ability is very bugged as of the current version of the game. While there is a way to regain your consumed allies, currently there is no check in the game to remove the boosted stats from Felipe, so you can just have Felipe devour the entire party, go to sleep, have your party back, and then Felipe will still have double stats. If you utilize this trick, Felipe, it goes without saying, becomes the most broken character in the game by a pretty huge margin. This will almost assuredly be corrected in a future update, but as of right now, the Consume Ally ability is completely broken. It's also more broken in a pretty conventional way. Regardless of who I attempted to use it on when I was testing it, it always targeted Sam, but if you targeted Sam after he'd already been consumed, the skill will fail. But regardless of who I was trying to target with it, it would still target him, consume him if it was an ally who hadn't been consumed, and yeah, it's just a very weird and broken ability right now, in both senses of the term that you might be familiar with, and so many enemies that we are just able to absolutely beat through. But yeah, like I was saying earlier in the LP, this place is massive. Hands down the biggest dungeon in the game, even bigger than the Landlord dungeon, which is an impressive feat. It covers the entire width of the apartment. I already explored this. Yeah, this is where we got the Ocular Tether Blade. There is a specific thing I am looking for. As a matter of fact, I do want to equip the Rat Crown onto Sam, just to make sure, or the Rusty Crown, to make sure we don't get into any problems once I find what I'm looking for. So let's see. That'll allow us to explore that doorway. Will allow us to explore more. There it is. If we open up this right here, we can squeeze through here and find ourselves back in the rat room. That is why I want to equip the Rusty Crown real quick. Now, I believe this gives us an opportunity to utilize our utilize another iris key. You probably figure that the meat dimension is pretty close to one-to-one to how the real apartment is laid out. So you can kind of figure where other entrances are. I believe you can use an iris key on this guy, but I'm not going to risk it. I haven't saved in a while, so I'd rather not get a game over. I know where most of the rest of these keys can be utilized, though, so I'm not too concerned about that. Let's get back to exploring. We'll return to the rat room and get back to exploring more of the meat dimension from the Hellride door. And yeah, the Hellride door, by far the most expansive section of the meat dimension you can access off of a single iris key, lets you collect so many more, so it is the preferred door to enter when you first begin exploring this place. Moving on to over here, let me see, we want to go into here, and this will, oh wait, is this the stairwell that we came from? Yeah, the music, yeah, this is just leading back down, so there is another door that I want to check out. I believe it is this one down here. Now, inside here, there should just be another enemy. Yeah, this brain-looking guy here, and a locked door. So we have hit the limit for what we can explore from this entrance to the meat dimension. But there are still several other places I can open up, so let's go check out some more. Alright, so, I waited in the Great Eye room, and you're transfixed by the Great Eye. It pulsates rhythmically. The entire room pulses along with it. Even your own heartbeat joins the chorus. Why does it look so familiar? Is this your eye? Somehow? Why does it feel like... Your vision swims and blurs. The eye is so compelling. You approach calmly. You look down at the small shape approaching you. It looks familiar, like something you've seen before, a long time ago. Something you almost forgot. It approaches you. It doesn't seem afraid. It knows you don't mean it any harm. It clutches something in its hand, a long needle-like key. You sense that you can somehow will this creature to do whatever you wish with this key. Stab me. You walk to the giant eye and insert the key into the center of its iris. The eye jerks and spasms in pain at the intrusion, and then the iris yawns open. There we go. I didn't want to risk that without saving, so there's our next entrance here, and woof, a lot of brain-like creatures here. Good thing we've got Joelle to just teeth storm through these things and black hole through them. I should probably use a mass absorb on the next multi-enemy encounter we run into, because we are running a little low on stamina for the spider there. I've still got some restoratives in reserve if we need them, though. There we go. All the brain creatures defeated. Let's see. What does this lead to? Oh, hey! Got this door open now. Kind of anticlimactic, honestly. Moving up over here. Huh. Another brain-like creature. Much bigger brain than the ones that we just took out. Anyway, now we can move through this section, finding another staircase, moving on up, and yet another door. And looks like we've opened it up, and hey! I recognize this. This is around where we came into this area with Spine, which means we actually have another avenue for escape here, as well as another place for, and that will lead me to another place that I can utilize an iris key, so this works out pretty beautifully for us, honestly. Let me see, I believe we need to go down from here, because we're on the 3rd floor, and the entrance that I'm thinking of, yes, right here on the 2nd floor. And or no, on the first floor, never mind. Well, close enough, close enough. Anyways, now we're on the second floor. Heading on over into here, you may remember, way back when we fought with Tumorhead, I pointed out this hole in the wall over here, and you've probably realized at this point that an iris key is our solution to getting into here. Pushing the wall on open, we find ourselves within this section. Let me see. Over here, you've got that freaky-looking organ-like creature over there. And grab this magazine of pistol bullets. And we'll just leave that guy be. I have no quarrel with you. All right. And yeah, now we're just over here. So not exactly as good as the previous entrance that we opened up. Now to move on to the next entrance that we can gain access to. Now here's an area we haven't thought about in a minute. Remember how an eyeball appeared on this TV at the start of the game? I feel drawn to the static. I think it's no surprise that at this point, once you have an iris key, you insert the long key into the screen. It yields to the intrusion. You feel like you can now crawl inside. And indeed, we can crawl inside the TV, gaining access to yet another area inside the meat dimension. This one has fairly limited access for us, but if we head on in here, we can find yet another creature that is looking like an organ. And this is, this guy has the wrong battle music set. A little funny to me, just a little funny to me. But this is actually the area I was thinking of that we could see from Joelle's apartment when we were inside the Tooth Dungeon. Oh wow, that guy's got some serious resilience there. Once again, Marc-Andre wasting one of my tonics. I've gotten used to it at this point. Like, what am I even gonna do about this guy? I mean, I suppose I could throw him out of my inventory, but I kind of like the chaos he brings to each battle at this point. But yeah, looks like we've got yet another organ-like creature over here, and I think this is an enzyme? No, bottle of catalyst. But yeah, this is the part that we were seeing from Joelle's apartment when we were going through that. Let's see, got some other husk-type enemies here. Yeah, this is, looks quite a lot like, you know, those husks we saw in Sybil's apartment. Well, probably, not anything too important to us. Let's just take this guy out with a Teeth Storm. It is funny to me that these guys have the wrong battle music. And, oh hey, there's a healing spray up there. Well, I cannot leave that uncollected. We did end up burning through all our healing sprays. I still have the resources to craft more, because of course we did not actually use all the ones that I crafted. I don't know why, I just like to keep emphasizing that we did rewind time after the mask ending. Oddly apropos for how that ending played out, all things considered. Moving on over to here, got another set of enemies with the wrong encounter music, so we will just deal with them in the standard way and Teeth Storm on through. Good job, Joelle, good job. And we've got another path back into the real world. Huh, familiar place. Once again, not a place we've thought about in quite some time. But that's the end of what we could do with our iris keys. We've used up every single one we found, and I'm not seeing any other avenues into the meat dimension. Well, maybe there's one more route we can take into the meat dimension. I wasn't looking forward to this, but Sybil is keeping a truth from us. Sam, nice to see you again. So, what's up? Sybil, we have to know. Are you sure that you want to attack? Yes. What are you? And we will launch our strikes against Sybil. She's keeping information from us, and we just need to know. What's gotten into you? Did I do something wrong? Did you look outside? You really are just like me. Curiosity infects your brain. Believe me, I understand completely. I'd probably say the same if I was in your place. You just need to know. This is the same urge that led us all here. I won't let you do this. Make my mistake even worse. The secret dies right here. With the both of us. I hope you can forgive me for this. I know it's my fault. And once you attack Sybil, her true form is revealed. And you have reached the final entrance to the meat dimension. You are not immediately thrust into an encounter with Sybil, but what the heck? Why don't we just try rolling right into this and see what happens? I'm sorry, Sam. There's too much at stake. I hope you understand. Sybil draws power from the people she assimilated into her body? What? She draws power from Ursuline, who has become her heart. She draws power from Charles, who has become her lungs. She draws power from Clementine, who has become her intestines. She draws power from Stanley, who became her brain. She draws power from Cataline, who has become her liver. She draws power from Lou, who has become her pancreas. She draws power from Marcus, who has become her uterus. She draws power from Camille, who has become her stomach. She draws power from Colin and Glenn, who have become her kidneys. Oh, goodness gracious. And if you attack Sybil right away, you will quickly regret it, because Sybil is the most powerful enemy in the game, by default. All of those organ-like creatures that we were coming across, those are Sybil's organs, and each one empowers her. Not only does it give her an additional action she can perform every turn, it also gives her regenerating HP. She recovers a ton of HP if all of her organs are alive. And as you can see, she will just do so many nasty attacks to you if she has access to all of her organs. The proper way to defeat her is to take care of all of her organs. Now, you don't necessarily need to do this. People have beaten her on Cursed mode, even without defeating her organs, but I am going to do this the intended way, because, well, we have to show off all the organ encounters anyway, so why don't we just get out of this battle, because this is not a winnable encounter. There is one rub to this. Sybil, you must actually... let me see here. Can we even save after attacking Sybil like that? I'm actually kind of curious about that. But Sybil's organs do actually recover themselves over time. It will be 8 hours and then the organs are fully recovered. So you do need to make sure that you are not wasting any time when you try to get your way back to Sybil, because otherwise the organs will regenerate. That's why it's a good idea to fully explore the meat dimension before getting into an encounter with Sybil, so you don't have to worry about time running out. But with Sybil being the final entrance back into the meat dimension, we can finally pop open the lock on the door that previously it was just completely obstructed to us. And I don't know if there's anywhere else I can get the danger track filled out. Ooh, looks like there is one more door over there. Not even bothering to collect the items, since we'll be coming back to properly clear out the meat dimension when we return next time. Oh, there actually is one last iris key here, and there is, that is the door that previously was just close to us. We could not get through to it, so yeah, that is, it for this video. I'm just gonna return to the apartment real quick to see if we can save with Sybil still, because that would be really funny. And no, you cannot. Once you attack Sybil, you are robbed of the ability to save your game. So I'm probably going to return to before we attack Sybil, something that I would want to do anyway, but that is where we're going to call it a video. When we return, we're going to finish off the meat dimension and finish off our neighbor and see just what it is she's been hiding from us. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, though, goodbye.